Oda has already set up Luffy's final fights. With the final saga of One Piece well and truly underway, fans are incredibly excited to see what sort of matchups await them next. Given that this is the most intense phase of One Piece, with the greatest of battles being fought on the seas here, it is certainly going to be incredibly exciting for the fans to see each of their favorite characters fight their biggest battles and reach the next level of power while doing so. As far as Luffy goes, fans already know that he has the biggest of burdens on his shoulders right now, given that he has to not only surpass the current Yonko and become the Pirate King, but on top of that, also go on to fight and defeat the world government too. Luffy's major battles in the final saga of One Piece are certainly going to be groundbreaking, and fans absolutely cannot wait to see what Oda holds in store for them. Luffy's upcoming major battle in Elbaf and beyond. Right now, Luffy and Straw Hat Pirates are currently in the land of Elbaf, which is where the strongest race in the entire world, the Giants, live. Luffy and crew have been wanting to go to Elbaf for quite a while now, and Little Garden was the first teaser of this segment of the story. Even though it's taken over 20 years, the crew is finally here, and this country's overall importance to the plot of One Piece is certainly going to be massive, given that it is a part of the final saga. Egghead marked the beginning of the final saga, but it didn't give fans what they were craving, and that's major battles. Elbaf is going to be the complete opposite of that, since the crew isn't escaping from here. The goal is to stay and fight, and possibly even protect, and that's something that excites all the fans. Naturally, the strongest country in the world is likely going to produce the strongest battles in One Piece to date, and that's something that every fan of the story is incredibly excited about. Elbaf's major fights seem to have been set up already. With the introduction of a mysterious hooded individual who happens to look just like Shanks, fans know who the main villain of the arc is. This makes even more sense when taking into consideration the fact that Oda has been building up this character for quite a while now, and more importantly, this character is related to none other than red-haired Shanks. Fans will most definitely get to see this individual clash with Luffy in the Elbaf arc, and it's going to be a battle that the Straw Hat Captain cannot run from. More specifically, it's a battle that he will have to take head-on if he has to save Elbaf, and that's where the stakes rise and things start getting more intense. Given that Elbaf is likely to give fans a battle between Luffy and the Shanks look-alike, the battle against Shanks will likely follow after. Shanks is, as fans know, Luffy's idol, and even though he's been avoiding meeting Luffy for quite a while now, eventually, these two characters will have to come face to face. If Shanks returns to Elbaf, then this battle could happen here, but chances are that this battle will now be moved to after Elbaf, especially since the Shanks look-alike appears to be the main villain. Regardless, what fans know is that a battle between Luffy and Shanks is incoming, while Luffy's final fights are already set up. Shanks and his potential brother are certainly exciting enemies for Luffy to take on in combat. However, they're not going to be the final enemies that he fights. Those roles are reserved for other characters, and given how the story has gone so far, these battles are already set up. Fans needn't look further to realize who Luffy's final battles are going to be against. The premise for the final saga of One Piece is already set, and that's what gives fans an idea of what to expect from the future battles for Luffy. For one, fans already know that the world government are the ultimate enemy in One Piece, and the one who sits atop it all, Amu, is the person for Luffy to take down. Amu is Luffy's antithesis, and as such, the perfect enemy for him to take down in the final saga of the story. Luffy vs. Amu is already set up and has been for quite some time now. Egghead only fanned the flames of this battle even further by having Joy Boy's hockey hit Amu, reminding him of what a monster this person used to be. As Amu is on the quest to eliminate Luffy, fans already know that a battle between these characters is on the way, and given that Amu is the true head of the government, this is most certainly going to be one of Luffy's final battles. Who will Luffy beat at the end of One Piece? While Amu is likely the final enemy for Luffy to fight and take down in the final saga, fans know that Blackbeard exists as well. Both Luffy and Blackbeard have similar ambitions, but different ways to go about their goals. While Luffy aims to find the One Piece and become the freest man on the seas, Blackbeard wants to seize the whole world. It was made clear by Vegapunk that the one who gets the One Piece will control the world, so Blackbeard wanting to fight for it makes a lot of sense. But Blackbeard also wants what Amu has, that is, the power to control the world. If Blackbeard is aware of Amu's existence, then a battle between these two characters could potentially happen in the final saga, which would then set up two exciting battles for Luffy. Either Luffy beats Amu before beating Blackbeard, or Luffy leaves Amu for last, beating Blackbeard before he gets his hands on the empty throne. Things are going to be incredibly exciting for Luffy moving forward, and fans will be treated to some of the most intense battles in all of One Piece in this particular segment of the story. Readers absolutely cannot wait to see what Oda has in store for them here, and hopefully, Oda will deliver more of what he has always been giving to the fans.